and welcome to the Triangle Podcast, where today we will be discussing updates of the season, contract extensions, some disappointments and surprises, along with talking about the historic career of Ray Allen.
The sniper.
The sniper.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
That's true.
The GOAT.
The man. The myth. I'm Christian.
I'm Jesse.
I'm Jesus.
And that's us. That's the group. That's the Triangle. And we're going to start it off with just asking how everybody week going.
Pretty good. Got the fantasy still on lock. Actually winning this week.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
good in
you guys won last week?
No,
I
lost.
tied in one. I lost in the other, only by a few points. So.
I lost in my last one just because I didn't start Joe Johnson. When he want to go for a career game, dropping 29.
I hear you.
Guess who's not defeated?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How much you win by?
Me?
The category is I was up 6-2.
Okay, cool.
Then the other one I won by like 200 points.
All right.
I'm the GOAT of fantasy.
Real quick, the person to look out for, Tim Frazier. If you don't have him on your team, pick him up. I picked him up. I dropped Ricky Rubio. Best decision I made
Ricky
so far.
Rubio
We will be talking about that, guys. We will. How'd your Monday start, guys?
My Monday went pretty well. I went to a basketball game with these two, and we saw a blowout. We saw the Chicago Bulls murder the Brooklyn Nets by about 30 points.
I thought we were watching the cooking channel at first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They came out in the first quarter just
Lighting
I don't
them
even
up.
want to play tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
we were able to witness D Wade.
And Jimmy Butler and Rondo
We saw
And Mirotic.
and Jeremy Lin.
we saw D Wade in Chicago Bulls jersey, and it was a good feeling.
Let me ask, how do you guys feel about that? You go first,
It was a
Jesse.
good experience. It was my first NBA game. D-Wade was catching some ankles toward the end of the game. So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he only dropped about 12 points or so, but that's okay. He was still catching ankles. It was good to see him. It was my first
No,
experience.
yeah, but the guy who he was breaking, Bogdanovich, he was having
He was icing his ankles after the
he
end
was
of
a
the
pretty
game.
good player though.
Yeah.
Honestly, that guy's 27, and this is his second year in the league.
Well, he played probably, most
yeah,
likely
it
Europe.
was.
most
But
of the
he
time,
was
so.
drafted, and I think I'm sorry, I honestly wasn't expecting to discuss this, but I think he was drafted in like 2011, 2012.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, he was drafted for a while. But
He's
yeah,
putting up points off the bench.
after watching,
No, I think he's a starter.
yeah, no, he
Bogdanovich,
started.
yeah.
I thought he came off the bench on Monday. No?
You know who came off the bench? Anthony Bennett. We saw him put up
Oh,
7
yes.
points.
He was chucking them threes.
He really
He
was.
didn't care.
My man Anthony Bennett was trying to get a career high game. He was like,
Trying
"Yo,
to
I got PT. I'm going."
Trying to get that contract extension.
But yeah, no, it was a great experience. I mean, we got the tickets for free.
Yep.
Can't
So-
beat that.
Can't beat that. It was a really good experience. I love Rondo as a player. I loved just visualizing him.
He's
like
on my
seeing
fantasy
him.
team. He did pretty
But to
well.
let you guys know, if anyone's going to the Barclays Center anytime soon, just know you can't be in the pre-shooter rounds. Pretty
Oh, yeah,
disappointed
you
in
God.
that.
can't be courtside, which is a
Yeah,
little
we
disappointing
got
there.
there an hour early just to watch them shoot around.
And they didn't let us.
And we
go
couldn't.
courtside.
Yeah, we couldn't go on the floor.
That's
We
a
had
shame.
to watch it from the bleachers we were at. It sucked. But yeah, watching the Brooklyn Nets, that was disgusting.
They have a lot
Yeah.
of work to do. That's one
Yes, they
thing.
do. They're gonna be one of the worst teams in the NBA this year.
And I think we were just off mic. We are just discussing that they are shopping Brooke Lopez.
Oh, really?
So that's what it sounds like. The Nets are probably going to go in
That direction.
new construction.
He doesn't deserve to be there.
No.
He doesn't.
Well, because he's a little bit older now, getting up in age, and just like the Knicks are doing it, eventually they're going to build around Porzingis.
Yes, they will.
So I don't know who is their star
Honestly,
player on Nets.
Jeremy Lin isn't terrible.
Oh no, he went 5 for 5 in his first 5 shots.
Too
Jeremy
bad
Lin-
he's injured right now, but Jeremy Lin, he's gonna be a good player for that team.
On that team, he looks like a star.
Oh, yeah.
he
really
legit.
does. He really
legit.
does.
I was watching him, and my girlfriend who was sitting right next to me was like, "Oh, who's he?" That's how good he was looking.
I think he had 13 in the first quarter.
He was-
and then after that, he was like, "Here's the ball."
But yeah, that was. I felt like I was watching a high school team against a professional team. It was
Yeah, it
bad.
was looking bad.
yeah, it was really.
It was bad. And didn't they beat the Pacers, which we'll talk about?
Yeah.
Right
'Cause-
now, was Jeremy Lin's averaging 15 and 6.
That's not bad.
That's really good numbers.
That's better than what some point
For the
guards are
Brooklyn
averaging.
Nets,
But-
that's good numbers.
To a guy who literally almost fell out of the league this season, jumping team to team from the Knicks to Lakers. Well, originally on the Warriors, way back when, and just jumping teams right now. I'm happy for Jeremy Lin. He's looking a lot
Me
better.
too.
For some weird
a
feeling,
former
I feel
Knick.
like he was on the Rockets.
He was.
Yes,
He was,
on
right?
like
He
a
got
10-day
signed.
deal, yeah.
No. He was on the whole season. He got a big contract.
I think he was.
Oh, yes.
It was
I
after
think-
the Knicks.
I
wasn't
think
it?
he had the 10-day deal. Like that was like one of the first teams he went to, and then eventually he got.
No. He went
Wow.
on the 10-day deal with the Knicks. And obviously came out with insanity. Then got the next season they didn't renew his contract. Well, they didn't match it.
And then he went to Rockets, right?
Houston for about three or 4
and that's
years.
that's when him and Ty Lawson were competing for the spot.
Yeah.
No, Patrick Beverly.
Ty Lawson?
No, Ty Lawson just joined the team last season and got cut.
Oh God!
Now he's a free agent.
Wow.
No, he's sitting on the
I got all
Kings
my
bench.
years messed up.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, he said he major bench still.
Yeah.
What happened to that man? That's honestly,
Ty Lawson
write that
He was
one
an
down
all-star,
because
yeah.
we might need to talk
the
about
Nuggets.
that one. All right, let's actually that was just a little banter, but let's start it off with how we started off because we were in the car going to the game, and then we kept getting these updates of some contract extensions.
Crazy contract extensions.
So let's just we wrote them down here. Let's see. We got Rudy Gobert, $102 million for 4 years.
That's well deserved.
Yeah,
Especially,
that's when Mozgov is getting the money he's getting. Yeah,
and with a league with not many skilled big men. Not saying Rudy
In today's era, yes.
Yeah, in today's era, Rudy Gobert is probably the best rim protector in the game right now.
Oh, definitely.
So.
Whiteside.
Oh yeah.
He's up there in
he's
the
one of the
conversation,
he's one of the
yes.
best.
Jordan. No,
And
yeah,
look at
he's
the-
up there.
Look at the money he's getting, and he's very young.
Upside.
Yeah,
I think
which
he's
is
like
really good.
22.
Yeah,
About.
which is good especially for such a young team that the
Oh,
Jazz
yeah.
have right now.
Yeah.
Oh, they will be running.
They're going to be a good team in the future.
That's a nice.
Yep.
After they got Rodney Hood, they got him.
Yeah.
They got potential.
Dante Exum.
Which they were a team with really good big men not too long
I mean,
ago.
they still got favors.
Yeah,
No,
they have
I'm
their
talking.
favorites,
I'm
though.
going back with. Remember they had Paul Millsap,
And
Al
Al
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
I remember
good.
that.
Dan
Yeah,
Williams.
That was a
Yeah.
good-
I feel like that was such a throwback. Now
Yeah.
looking at it.
They even had Carlos Boozer back in the day with
Yeah.
Darren
Oh,
Williams
God.
running the pick and
Yep.
pop. Ooh, they had a good playoff team back then. But
Darren Williams.
That's the
He's
past.
actually not doing bad. Darren Williams.
He's sitting with the Mavs.
Yeah, he's with the Mavs.
but
He's not doing
Dallas
terrible.
has no wins though. So
I don't know about that.
no,
They
Dallas doesn't have any wins.
Yep, they're 0-4. You're
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
And then we also got Steven Adams, 4 years, $100 million.
I think that's a really. I thought it was a really good contract extension because now Sam Presti and their coach was it Billy Donovan. They're trying to form their
Core there.
core there. With him, Cantor, Oladipo, and Westbrook. So you know what I mean. Now they're telling them that hey, this is going to be a long term thing. That this is going to be the team of the future.
Yep.
And Steven Adams is a great rim protector. He's awesome. He great pick and roll, can block, can dunk the ball. We saw it last season. He did.
Yeah. I think they even tried to sign Anthony Morrow to a contract extension, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I think he wanted a little bit more money, and they just
Hopefully-
They'll worry about that
hopefully-
another time.
Yeah, hopefully he produces this
Yeah.
season. You know, because once
Good
again,
three-point shooter,
they're
yes.
missing a huge gap in that 3 spot.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
So hopefully he comes up.
3-point shooting or is it
No,
small forward?
it's small forward.
Okay.
They're struggling
Yeah.
big time because Roberson. I don't think he has a point this season, if I'm not mistaken.
He might have made a free throw.
Like,
he's an offensive dummy because he
he
doesn't know how to shoot a ball.
And he can play defense.
and he can play defense, but
That's what he
doesn't-
is. He's
but
a defender.
no. But he cannot play defense as he doesn't play defense so good that he can't be awful on offense.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you are in the NBA, and basically every team in the NBA does not respect your shot. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you had this whole off season. That
Work
should have
on
been
your
what
shot.
you've been
Yep.
working on.
Yep.
If you're not in the gym working on that shot, come on, dude.
Elias Favor for Jeremy Grant.
And they got a lottery protected
The
pick.
76ers got a lot of
Yeah,
protected pick.
yeah, in 2020, so that's not for a while.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, but still,
What did-
I don't like that trade.
I do not.
The Thunder.
I don't like that
definitely
trade.
So-
took a big L on that trade.
This is why, yeah, you have it an upside with athleticism because Jeremy Grant is a crazy athletic small
Yes.
forward.
And
But-
he is young.
but
He's
now-
22 years
He
old.
dunked on KD.
Yeah, but now, literally, your team was struggling with shooters, and now you took away one of your best shooters and took another guy who
Yeah.
can't shoot.
Yep.
That was exactly my point. Like that was the exact. You took the words out my mouth. Like they struggling with shooting. They got who? They got Murrow. They got. I'm ready.
Oh,
they
Kyle
got
Singler?
They got Kyle
Singler.
Singler.
He's been
Yeah.
slipping though.
And
Bogdanovich,
exactly.
but he's not 3-point shooter.
Because Westbrook isn't a great
He's
3-point
not a
shooter
Steph
now.
Curry from 3 now.
No, not at all.
Like their lineup is starting to really look like the Bulls with the no 3-point shooting. Like
I guess you're just gonna
And
attack the basket.
At least they have big man.
and Grant isn't a great 3-point shooter either. So
Oh,
they
no.
got rid of a
Oh,
they
he's
got
terrible. 3-point
they got rid of
shooter.
a good shooter that probably would have helped spread the floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
For a young guy, I mean, I see what they're getting. They're trying to develop. That's cool. But they also got rid of a pick. And this pick is top 20 protected. But if it doesn't fall, if like Thunder don't make it into the first round, somehow.
What was the point?
No, if they don't make it to the first round, they give up 2 second-round picks.
Yeah, which kind of sucks.
So you're trying to focus on the future, and then you give up a pick, possibly even 2 picks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Lord knows how the class is going to be in 2020. That's 3 years ahead, 4 years ahead. But still, I don't like that move at all. No. I don't think it's a good move right now. I don't think it's a good move for the future. I think the 76ers that was a good move for them.
Oh, yeah.
Because
they can definitely spread the floor. They have draft picks now.
And the 76ers love just grabbing a whole bunch of draft picks.
They want to build their future.
In like 3 seasons, that team's going to be on the come up.
Oh, yeah.
It
just
really is.
Such great, not only like great players, but great
potential
yeah.
in that team, yes.
Yeah. Also, we have a contract extension from Georgie Dang from the Minnesota Timberwolves. 4 years, $63 million.
I like Georgie Dang. So
I like him too because
I think he deserved it.
He does his job. All right, listen, centers are still kind of hard to come by right now. So
especially in a guard type league, yeah.
So if you could have a center that could actually, and even the centers we have now are guards. They're literally guards. They literally have the all-star competition for them to act like guards.
Yeah.
But
and he could play the 5 with Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah, he's a center.
Yeah.
He's young. He's a center, and that's not a lot of money.
Oh no.
That's especially in these days.
What
4 years, $63 million.
No, not at all. If you break it up into those 4 years.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Yeah, we know you're not a math major.
Yeah, I'm not a math major either.
You're a math major.
It's like $15 million a year. A little over. Speaking of almost the same exact mark, 4 years, $62 million, Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's one thing with the Hawks is showing that, hey, we want Dennis Schroeder to be the future of this team, future point guard, and potentially maybe an all-star because not playing too bad.
That's why they traded away Jeff Teague.
Yeah, because they really just didn't care.
Yeah.
They're looking great though with him and Dwight Howard doing pick and roll. Paul Millsap.
They lost their first game the other night, so Atlanta's looking pretty good this season. They had a good preseason. Hey, maybe Dwight Howard coming home might be the thing in Atlanta. They might. I think they'll be a playoff team. Yes. Definitely.
Oh, they're definitely going to be a playoff team. I had them in my playoff predictions.
Yeah, so did I think. But,
Dennis Schroeder is 23 years old.
Yeah, I was
really
going to say he's
very
young.
From France or something like that.
He's from Germany.
Germany,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Right now, he's averaging 13 points and 6 assists at 23 years old, and I mean.
And probably not he is the star of the team.
Yeah,
but he's gonna go through Paul Millsap first.
Yep.
Dwight Howard's gonna get his touches.
Post,
Kyle Korver is gonna get his touches. You know what I mean?
Kent Bazemore, he'll even get his touches.
Yeah. I think he's a starting shooting guard for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or at the 3, I'm not sure.
That's really not bad at all.
And he's honestly a guy that you see sparks of him taking over.
Yeah, because
you see him dropping 20-point games here and there.
And that's why
there's no joke.
Yeah, and that's not scrub. That's why they took Jeff Teague
and that
put
price
him on the bench.
Yeah,
4 years, $62 million.
It's really good for a point guard that is gonna just develop his game over the couple years.
Player,
I mean, it's crazy that we see $62 million as light money now, but this whole new rule CBA. I was trying to think of what it was called. Next one we got is Oladipo. The Thunder extended his contract 4 years, $84 million.
That's a little pricey.
I think it's a little pricey just because what's happening right now.
That's $21 million a year.
Yeah, that's big.
He's getting more.
That's all-star money.
He's getting more money than Curry.
Yeah, but remember that was an old contract.
Yeah,
that was before the whole.
He's not going to be making more money than Curry after this.
Oh no,
no,
Curry going to get like $30 million.
Curry might break the record.
Yeah, maybe he'll get more than.
So
Mike Conley.
do you like that? I don't know.
He is averaging 16 points a game with 3 rebounds and an assist. But once again,
he's more known as a defensive player, in my opinion.
He's a slasher, just like another Russell Westbrook. I just don't see them fitting together. Not saying that Victor's not a great player because he really is, but he's the same thing as a Russell Westbrook. So it's like Russell Westbrook, he's going to drive the basket or pick and pop and take that real quick jump shot.
And then Oladipo will be at the 3 and he'll be open for a 3.
But he can't shoot the 3 as well.
Yeah.
You know
he's
what I mean?
struggling with the shot this year. So.
He's struggling with a lot this year.
Yes. It's early in the season. We might be getting
now,
a little bit
do you think maybe it's because the shine that's put the pressure put on him? He's not in Magic anymore. Who watches Magic games? Magic games don't go on TV. Thunder games do.
Yes, that's very true.
But yeah, while we're on this topic, let's dive right into the what if we got for today. Today we're going to be introducing a new topic called What If, where we take a moment, a situation that might have had a chance to happen, and we're going to discuss what if it did. So today we're going to be talking about what if the Thunder stayed together? What if James Harden wasn't let go? And what if it was Serge Ibaka that was let go?
Not even. If you look at it, you know who
they didn't have to let him go
in that James Harden deal? Jeremy Lamb. Who's he playing for now? The Charlotte Hornets?
Yeah, sitting at major bench.
Come on.
But no, the reason they did do it, you got to remember, is because they knew they couldn't.
They had to re-sign Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
he
was
signed Westbrook.
And they knew they couldn't get. They had to pick either Ibaka or Harden to re-sign.
I was reading an article, and they could have signed them both, but they know whatever they're going to offer James Harden, another team, and that's what the Rockets, because the Thunder could have matched, but obviously they couldn't hold it.
Yeah.
Especially a small market
they
team.
They could have afforded James Harden to stay there.
Not Ibaka, though. That was the problem. They could only keep one. Yeah,
so
we're saying...
Look at James Harden now. He's arguably the best shooting guard in the league.
He's not a shooting guard.
Well, he's a point guard now, yeah. Imagine if he stayed with that OKC organization.
That's what we're here to talk about.
They would have...
So what are you saying, Jason?
No, they could have got them both, but they had to choose who's they going to give the money to because they knew that the Rockets or any other team who was in the market that league was going to give him a lot of money, and that's why he eventually left the Thunder. And because he wanted to be signed back to the Thunder, but
he loved the culture.
Yeah,
when you got off the bench,
that money, you know what I mean. That money could talk when it's tens of millions of dollars.
Yep. Any person.
I think that team. You know, a lot of people will say, "Oh, they have too many stars that would want to hold the ball," but you have two guys who could shoot the three phenomenally with KD and James Harden
and Westbrook driving to the basket,
and James Harden's Euro step and shoot the free throw really
he
well.
To the line very well.
That team was looking so nasty. You know, unfortunately, they were really young and lost to the Heat. They went to the finals that year.
They were predicted to win that series.
They beat the Lakers that go around, and I think they beat the Spurs that year.
They did. In 6 games. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That team is just they would have been so solid.
And realistically, the whole whether Ibaka or Harden, what would be better? Ibaka didn't really pan out.
No, and
Ibaka wasn't
to the Magic for Oladipo.
Ibaka wasn't what they wanted to be. No. Ibaka was at the time was looking like a great rim protector. A great defender, defense player of the year, a person who could score. He got a little mid range.
Yeah, he could even shoot. He could shoot. He could spread the floor very well.
Now at the time he could shoot.
That's one thing. That's one thing. Now that Serge Ibaka didn't turn out to be the great defensive star that they wanted to, but he was a good defensive presence at the time, and that's one thing they were lacking. They're like, okay, we have all these great offensive players. We have Kevin Durant, who have future league be an MVP, and Russell Westbrook as a candidate. So they were thinking, all right, let's try to keep our defense guy, and we can hold off on the offense, which they did because they went back to Western Conference Finals without James Harden.
Yep.
But just imagine those three guys together. That'd have been the biggest big three. I think bigger than Wade, LeBron, and Bosh.
Yeah. If they would have just stayed together, even if it was just a few more years and saw how it grew. Because, all right, listen. Harden went completely Pac-Man ghost in that finals.
Yeah,
he was gone.
Young too.
KD showed up.
They were young, but he was gone.
Well, 6-man that season too.
Yeah, he was going off. He was gone that series.
In the finals, yes.
In the finals when they needed him. He was gone almost most of the playoffs too. You got to remember.
I think James Harden was about 23 in that series there.
Yeah, really young.
Kevin Durant was only 24.
They all were young. Yeah. And KD and Westbrook, they both weren't playing to their best.
No.
So you figure
KD in the finals that year, I think he averaged about 29.
Yeah, I think he won a scoring title that year, but
I'm saying that series.
Oh,
I'm talking about when they got to the finals, the Thunder team was not at their best.
Oh, no.
And if you would have gave them time to develop,
dear God.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be seeing LeBron might have got out of Miami a little sooner.
Oh yeah, that's the question.
Because at the time already, LeBron was like a little iffy on Miami.
Yeah, he wanted to go back to Cleveland.
Because he already lost to Dallas the first season.
All right, here's the question I want to ask you guys. How many championships do you think Thunder would have won if Harden signed back to the Thunder?
If he developed like he did...
The next year they played...
After 2012?
After James Harden left that season.
You think they would have beat the
Heat? They played the Spurs that season in the Western Conference Finals.
They did.
And could you imagine James Harden? They probably would have went back and won that game. They probably would have went back to the finals again.
Yes.
And I would have predicted that they probably would have won because that
that
year that James Harden went to the Rockets, we were like, oh my God, who is... We knew he was a good player, won a 6-man, but he came back. He came back that next season like, oh dear God.
Yeah.
Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard can't guard everybody.
Yeah.
And especially not at that time. That was a young Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
That was a young
So I think they would have went back, maybe have beaten the Heat. You know what I mean? And just the future to come, because the next year after that,
KD won
Spurs,
MVP, correct? The next year after that?
Yeah,
Yes.
and then the Spurs won the finals
against the Heat in amazing fashion in 5 games against the Heat.
Yeah.
I think, to answer my own question, I think Thunder would have won at least 2 championships. That might
They might have.
That might sound a little crazy, but
2 or 3, I really
in
think
2013, I think they would have got revenge on the Heat. 2014, they could have beat the Heat. Look what the Spurs did.
Because on that time, at that moment in time, everybody was saying LeBron couldn't handle KD. It was literally a debate who was better, KD, LeBron. That debate kind of simmered down. It's just because LeBron has cemented his legacy.
Those future years, he was sitting on the bench too. He's not a great he's not a great player or like an all-star, but Reggie Jackson. Coming off the bench, like that's another great point guard. Like, do you understand? This would have been your team. They would have put, like, imagine this was the starting 5. They had Reggie Jackson at the 1, Westbrook at the 2, put James Harden at the 3, KD at the 4, and then whoever Perkins or Collins.
At that time, it was Collins and Perkins. Yeah.
Kendrick Perkins still played good for that.
He was a decent defensive player, but it didn't matter about the 5 positions. Imagine those 3 offensive weapons. Maybe everybody could say, "Oh, they wouldn't want the ball too much," but still, it's just great to think about.
Look at the Warriors now. Who do you want? Who wants the ball most?
Yeah.
And to ask that question, what would happen if Thunder stayed together? I think LeBron's legacy might have been a little different. Not even a little. I think it might have been a lot different than how we look at it now.
He probably would have maybe 1 ring right now.
Yeah, it's crazy how the domino effect works. He honestly, he got saved by that. I'm not saying LeBron's not a great player. He is. He did great.
He's one of the greatest of all time.
Of course, but he just
could have been tarnished.
Yeah, he had easy competition a lot. With the Bulls kept knocking out.
Yep.
Nets never panned out to what they wanted to be.
Nope.
Knicks just never worked.
No, sadly.
And then Hawks was their competition.
I think the Lakers didn't pan out too well.
The what if Lakers and
Steve
Howard,
Nash and Dwight Howard.
What if
Kobe.
Howard wasn't soft and Steve Nash didn't break his back picking up grocery bags? Maybe that's another time, but. Yeah, so that's just a what if on if the Thunder stayed together. Hope you enjoyed that. You guys can always recommend what ifs to us.
Certain topics that we could discuss on, and we'll put an input on it.
Yeah, we do. We do have some we want to discuss in the future, so that's going to be one of the segments we're going to work on.
We will definitely keep that in mind.
Now, while we're on the topic of Thunder, so Thunder faced Warriors yesterday. We are recording this on Friday, November 4th. And the Thunder just faced the Warriors yesterday.
For the first time since KD left.
And how did that go, Jesse?
Wow. Kevin Durant, you showed up, my friend. You showed the Thunder why you're chasing history. Because KD, everyone is putting blame on KD. Oh, it's the worst move by a superstar and all this other stuff. KD went to that team to get some rings. Look at LeBron. He went to Miami to get some rings. He played with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, but he left the team where there was no one there. KD left with Russell Westbrook, Enes Kanter, Steven Adams. So he might get some criticism there, but Durant, you really showed up, man. If you play like this come postseason, you're gonna be having a ring in June.
Yeah, that was at first I was like, "Yo, Thunder really came to play."
Yeah, me too.
At first I was like, "Yo," because Warriors have been struggling a bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I was just like, "Yo, Warriors aren't working out."
They're
like
flirting by wins.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Yo,"
I thought Westbrook was gonna drop a triple double.
No,
I really did.
In the very beginning, I was like, "Yo, this Warriors team is not working." And then I had to do homework, so I couldn't pay absolute focus to the game. I'll look up, check the score. Game. No, I seen most of it, but I just had to put my head down on my paper for a bit. But yeah, and that score every time I kept looking up, 5 points.
Yeah.
Well, they caught up, then 5 points, 10 points.
Yep.
15.
The second
halftime.
Quarter, the second quarter, it got real bad. The Warriors scored 37 points. OKC scored 11. 11 points.
And that's what happened. See, that's when Westbrook is gonna, go on the
sit
bench.
Down.
He's gonna sit down. Victor Oladipo, they're gonna sit down. And you could right there, you can tell they're gonna be struggling.
Yes.
Like bottom feeding for points.
Because the Warriors are going up and down the court. They got KD, Clay, Curry.
Especially when the Warriors, they have a system where they're gonna either have Clay, Draymond, Durant, or Curry on the court.
Yeah.
Like, none of them are going to be sitting at the same time.
They took turns last night.
They're going to take turns every game.
Yeah.
The only time they're not going to be on the court is if they're winning by 50.
That's true.
Or both 30 in this case.
Well, if you look at the overview here, Durant had 39 points. He had 7 3-pointers. That's tied for his career high. And he had 7 boards. So
I think his first shot of the game was a 3-pointer.
Yeah, it was. Yes. Mm-hmm. He only missed 9 shots in the entire game. He was on fire.
He was, and then the banter. That you just the build up that it was on TNT yesterday, right?
Yes.
The build up that TNT did to that game,
It's crazy.
I honestly felt like I was watching like a WrestleMania match.
Oh yeah.
Like it felt like I think there was a promo package before. Like it dead felt Westbrook came in wearing the no photograph shirt or whatever it was.
The official photography.
And you know
Yeah,
why
that-
he did that? Behind the curtain?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of one of KD's...
yeah. He's the player tribune for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, he likes KD on his off time. He actually... he's a, amateur photographer. He loves taking pictures and stuff like that. So maybe, behind the curtain there, he's a little jab there.
He said he didn't do it on purpose. He just wanted to wear it that specific night. So
He just so happened to have
Westbrook
that
is really
shirt in his
low-key.
closet.
Yeah.
What?
He's really smart.
Westbrook
he got
is
good
low key.
fashion design.
Yeah.
You can't blame him.
He likes to take those little jabs that no one noticed. Like, oh, okay.
But yeah, it was just if the tension, you could feel it through.
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt it through my TV screen. And while I think it was somebody either on the free throw line or maybe it was just KD and Cantor talking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, Cantor was
mouthing
sitting...
off
No,
a little
yeah.
bit.
Cantor was sitting on the bench.
Yeah, KD...
And then I don't know if anybody noticed, but like while Cantor was talking his
Steven
crap,
Adams was
touching
him up. He was like, "Yo, shut up."
Steven Adams tapped him on the knee and was like, "Yo, not now." I don't know if they were having friendly talk. I don't know if they were just talking shit.
Oh no.
You don't think so?
There was rumors saying that Enes Kanter was saying, "Why do you do this in the playoffs?" And then the rumors were KD was saying like, "Oh, how do you like me now?" We don't know that.
Keep talking.
No,
Yeah.
I seen
don't know
some
that,
like
though.
lip reading of KD, and he was talking his.
Oh yeah.
He was getting his.
Enes Kanter started it. He finished it, just like he said.
But
in the
at the end of the
post
day,
conference.
like, this is gonna be a very emotional game because
very emotional game.
I love Kevin Durant. It was probably my favorite player. But what he did last season, going to the team that you were just up 3-1
and lost to.
talking to the, you talking to Enes Kanter and Steven Adams and Westbrook, talking about, forget those guys.
Yeah, like, hey, we got
Yeah,
this.
we got
you know?
this. That's when they ended up losing that series. They going back in the locker room like, yo, these guys can't hold us.
Yeah.
Next season we're gonna be there. And then come free agency, everybody in ESPN, all the guys saying, 90% chance that he's signing with the Thunder, and he goes and signs with the team that you were just up 3-1 to,
and lost to. Yeah.
It was crazy because I remember Jesse. I remember you sending me screenshots of like the little Bleacher Report. Oh, if Warriors wanted, they could afford Kevin Durant. I remember
they had to clear so much cap space.
I remember you sending that to me, and like the whole group chat was like, "Yeah, that's never gonna happen."
It did.
That really this is a reality. This is
Yes, it
happening.
is.
This is legit a thing. Kevin Durant is playing with Curry, who I think people are forgetting could still light it up.
Yeah. You forgetting
And
this
if you-
man was
27 points in a quarter the other day.
this
Like,
man
if you
was a
think about
unanimous MVP.
If you think about it, you know how Westbrook used to let KD shine in OKC? What did Curry do last night? He let KD shine because
Well, yeah.
he had the hot hand.
They
Steve
post-
Kerr was calling his number all
Yeah.
night.
They play selfless offense.
Oh, no.
Whoever's open, take
Yep.
the shot.
Yeah. And that's why I think he went to OKC. I mean, OKC, the Golden State Warriors, because who are you going to guard? He has uncontested
and
shots.
I don't think it's not who you're gonna guard. You can't stop our offense, but he likes playing with those guys.
Yes, he
playing
does.
with Draymond and Clay during the summer.
Yep.
Going to the Olympics and stuff like that. He liked the way they played. They looked like they were having fun.
And he's playing with Curry.
Yeah,
Two-time
They
MVP.
look like they enjoy their time, which I'm very happy for him.
Yeah.
And hey, that's your decision. Everyone's not gonna respect the decision that you make.
Oh, no.
But
People will never get over the LeBron decision.
and the only thing, we have kind of
Yeah.
just
I
because we
think
know.
Cleveland fans have because now they have a
Yeah.
champion.
yeah, he made up for it.
Yeah, and only problem is at the end of the day, KD he's in a lose situation.
Yeah.
Oh, you won a championship? That's because you teamed up with a team that won a
Yeah.
championship 2 seasons ago.
But 20 years from now, do you think that'll matter?
Yes,
I don't think so.
I think
Nah,
there'll always be little asterisks.
It tainted.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he
so.
definitely got the asterisk mark. It tainted his legacy
Just
as
a
much as
little.
we want to say. But why do you play basketball? Because what?
Hey,
To win a
to
championship.
win championships.
So
To be a
And-
legend.
why not
and-
want to win?
and
I
especially-
understand you want competition.
Yeah, in our new generation, everyone's gonna talk about who got the most. Yeah, that's the
Yep.
argument everybody
Yep.
jumps to. Oh, Kobe, who's best? Kobe. How many championships did he have? 5.
5, yeah.
If Kobe only won 1, we'd be like, oh, he's okay. It's
Yeah.
not the Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
he
you won
is.
one, you know?
You know what I mean? And you talk about guys who have almost won championship with older guys like Wilt Chamberlain. You talk to older guys, like Wilt Chamberlain was the best player in the league, even though Bill Russell had more
Yeah, 11
rings than
rings.
him. You know what I mean? So
Best big man alive.
So with this generation now, and KD sees that. We have social media. We have you can look on your phone to see how much KD dropped today.
It's a different era than what it once was.
Oh yeah.
It kind of gets me thinking of how is this gonna shape? Like
it's ring chasing. Every time we turn on ESPN and someone's a free agent, are they gonna sign with Spurs? They're gonna sign with the Cavs. They're gonna sign with the Warriors,
or go back to their hometown.
You know what I mean?
You don't ever hear a free agent star and be like, man, I want to go to the 76ers and make them good again.
Yeah. No. You don't see that anymore.
No,
it's literally ring chasing, and it's because of us.
It's big money or ring chasing. That's one of the two guys choosing.
Definitely.
And it's like if you choose sometimes in one end, like Melo, if you choose big money, you're not going to get the ring.
Which at the time they were trying to build a team that was trying to win a championship.
I'm saying when he extended his contract.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And Kobe did the same thing. You know what I mean? Kobe had to, they signed with that huge contract even in his later years.
Yeah.
It was some loyalty in it too.
Yeah. You owe him that money.
But if you think about it, Kobe wanted to get traded.
At one point.
At one point. They got Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum. And,
won 2 championships.
Yeah,
without Shaquille O'Neal.
That's the thing. Yeah. Loyalty.
It's a hard thing to come by.
Loyalty isn't going to build a legacy.
Oh, no.
Nobody's going to look at a player and be like, man, he got no rings, but he was loyal as hell.
Yeah. I mean, like you could look at Westbrook for that. I mean, Michael Jordan said it. He's very loyal for coming back.
We say that now, but in the future, when Westbrook, and when people overlook Westbrook like we do a lot of players, we're just gonna be, whoa, what about Westbrook? He's underrated. He got no ring.
Yeah,
sure he did good, but he ain't got no ring.
Gotta look at guys like like Dominique Wilkins. He did later on in his career move on. I'm not sure to what team, but those guys they stay on their team.
Yep.
For so long,
and they want to win it,
and that's once again loyalty. Over time changes, but I don't think we'll see that anymore.
Yeah,
guys stay on their own team.
Yeah, but that was the Warriors Thunder game. Very interesting. I'm looking forward to when Warriors go to OKC.
Oh yes, very interesting.
That's gonna be a loud game. D Rose just got booed in Chicago, which
it was a little mixed up. The applause there I read about.
Yeah,
Noah got applauded though,
but that's his hometown.
Yeah,
that's his hometown, and
he played at Simeon High School.
What did Bulls do before they had Rose?
Nothing.
Exactly, and it wasn't even like he left the Bulls on some unloyal.
No, they traded him.
Yeah, he's gone.
So,
you can't really do too much about that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the other game that happened yesterday, the other primetime game. Just real quick, maybe Celtics and Cavs. What you guys thought about that?
Oh man, the Cavs are just looking unbeatable.
Yeah, but if you look at the fourth quarter, they were down about 15 points. They came down and they were only down by 5.
Yeah.
So the Celtics showed some tremendous heart, but the Cavaliers are the real deal right now, and I'm very surprised they haven't lost the game yet.
Asterisk mark, Celtics gonna have Jay Crowder, Al Horford, and Kelly Olynyk.
Yep.
And they had a close game.
Contended with the Cleveland Cavaliers, the champions.
Celtics are looking good.
Oh,
I mean, honestly...
did you mention Al Horford didn't play?
Yeah, I said Al Horford, Jay Crowder, and Olynyk.
So I have Isaiah Thomas. The man's an all-star.
I mean, they are 3-2 now,
was it Avery Bradley? I think he had a big game that game.
Avery Bradley's not a scrub, yeah.
No, he's been working on his shot. Taking more threes.
Probably
the best. Defensive shooting guard in the league.
Yes.
Yeah, next to Klay Thompson, but that's why Avery Bradley was signed.
Or Jimmy Butler. That's all debatable.
Yeah, those guys are awesome.
Yeah. While we're talking about that, and would you consider Cavaliers, even though they won a championship, a surprise? Like, that they're still doing this good?
I just like how they're flowing so well.
I mean, I'm not surprised they're undefeated, but I was really surprised how the Celtics didn't beat them last night. You know what I mean? Like, the Celtics, they had a really good offseason. They got Al Horford. They got all their guys back. They got Isaiah Thomas running the team now. So, it's not a surprise to me they're undefeated, but... It kind of is, you know what I mean? Like,
but they did beat the Celtics, and Avery Bradley. I was just searching his little stats. He's dropping 20 points, 8 assists, and 4. 8 rebounds.
Oh, I was about to say.
No.
Oh my goodness.
8 rebounds and 4 assists. Like, that's not scrub numbers.
No.
And you know what I mean? When you have Avery,
that's borderline all-star numbers. To be honest,
that's another guy who could be. That's another great. Front court,
and he's a good defender.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like you talk about front courts with McCullough and Lillard and Steph and Clay, like they're up there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Speaking of surprises, you guys have any surprises of the season or disappointments? Even I mean, the season is still young, but the first week and a half. But what's your overall surprise thoughts? And
I'm surprised the Pelicans haven't won at least one game. Even though they have Anthony
That
Davis,
is a disappointment.
That's a very big disappointment. He signed for 5 years, over $100 million. I don't think he wants to play there, man. Yeah, it's just real sad how he used to play with that talent.
And the numbers he's putting up is ridiculous. He doesn't deserve to be on that team.
No. He's so good.
But the thing is, somebody got to play on those bad teams.
Yeah.
Somebody does. Yeah. And do you just want... Is our league really going to look like a team of all, like, up heavy, like top heavy, and then just the bottom is bad? Like, are we going to really have... Imagine him not on that team. Are we really going to have Pelicans, 76ers, Nets?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Lakers, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Lakers ain't do too bad, though.
No, I was going to say that's a surprise.
Don't even have a win.
Wizards,
might
like...
up there, man.
Like, it's...
And that's sad. They got John Wall and they got Bradley Beal back.
Bradley Beal's doing nothing.
Really?
He's doing nothing. He's averaging
14
he's looking back. Points a game.
And he got that big-time contract.
Yeah, 14 points a game, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. John Wall's averaging his 20 and 10. He could only do so much.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, if all these stars that don't deserve to be on the team leave, what? Are we really just going to have a top-heavy team? And that's what I don't like. And it's also because these top-heavy teams are so good that they can't get wins.
Yes.
They can't beat the 6 best teams in the league. So
there's a couple teams that I'm disappointed in or very surprised this season. One is the Knicks. You know what I mean?
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, they should be a lot better just because the talent that they have around them, and playing in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's you
still have Carmelo Anthony who still's putting up points for Porzingis, who's a great young player, and D Rose is no scrub. Another team I'm disappointed in or very surprised they're doing bad is the Pacers. They're 2-3. You know what I mean? And you lose it. I know, but you lose it. With that offense, when Paul George, before the season started, he said, "I want to win MVP." He is putting up buckets, and the whole team is putting up buckets. But you can't catch a W when you lose it to the Nets, barely beating the Lakers. Getting whooped by the Bucks. You know what I mean? You're not looking like we're talking the 3rd seed in the East.
Oh yeah,
not anymore.
I think I had them 4th. I was talking very highly of them.
Yeah.
And
just because they have a great starting.
I think it's too early to tell. They're 2-3, so I think it's really too early to tell, like I said. So I think Paul George is going to get his act together. They got Monte Ellis. They got Jeff Teague. They have Al Jefferson. They're no joke. And they have Thaddeus Young.
Yeah, Paul George isn't putting up the superstar numbers like he should. Yeah. And that's...
He's 12th right now in points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, per game. You have a lot of guys who, he's talking about, I want to be MVP. You have DeRozan, Westbrook, Lillard, Harden.
You just said one of my biggest surprises, and it's been DeRozan.
Oh, yeah.
DeRozan has shocked me. You guys stats right there?
Yeah.
He's putting up 36 a game, right?
He's putting up 36 points a game.
Yeah, but look at this. And he's barely, I think he took his first 3-pointer last night if they played or something like that. Mm-hmm. And for the season, so this guy literally is just winning from driving the basket, shooting a 14-foot jump shot, getting to the line. So, I'm happy to see guys who are not, taking a three-pointer, because there's guys in the league now who can't shoot the three-pointer at all, and they're taking them. And I'm happy to see DeRozan doing
we're
that.
living in a three-point league.
Yeah,
that's
if you're not shooting behind the line, you ain't doing something.
Look at all the top scorers. Look at Durant, Curry, James Harden. They're all great three-point shooters.
Yes, the only one that I'm looking at right now is Westbrook. This is the list.
Davis.
Westbrook, Lillard, Harden, Davis, Durant, Leonard, Cousins, Irving, and Isaiah Thomas are the top 10. So you have DeMarcus Cousins, who's taking threes, but not regularly, and Anthony Davis, who are taking threes, but not regularly either. So there's 7 guys left on this list that are taking threes who don't have more points than DeMar DeRozan, who's taken 1 this season. That's
very impressive. They're 3-1 right now. They're not taking a downhill. They lost Bismack Biyombo, but they're picking back right. They're picking up right where they left off.
And Valanciunas is playing a lot better.
Oh my God, he's a rebounding machine this year.
If he stays healthy, man, he's gonna be a good player for that.
Great player.
This team is looking good. Let's go back to my disappointment. Really, back to the Pacers subject. It's been Jeff Teague, because I was not a fan. I was a fan of the move, I should say. And Jeff Teague is averaging only 10 points a game. And he is getting 7 assists, but it's 10 points a game.
It's one of those looks good on paper kind of deal.
Yeah.
It looked good on paper, and then I was like, all right, they got rid of George Hill. George Hill, not no scrub by any means.
He played for San Antonio, Greg Popovich. So.
George Hill is now averaging, because any of you guys just take a guess.
18?
19.
He's averaging 21 points a game.
That's up there with Carmelo Anthony.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
Jazz
has less scoring options, but if he could put up 20 and he was on the Pacers team,
he's playing in the West.
That's totally different. Yeah. Oh yeah, that too. I honestly didn't even think of the switching over conferences, but yeah, that's been my disappointment. And along another surprise, George Hill. Jesus, I think you got a surprise for us.
I got a surprise. Guy playing for the Pelicans. Yes, they haven't won a game yet, but Tim Frazier. You know, we talked about him just a tiny bit on a previous show, but this guy, you know, he had some games where he dropped like 20 plus, and he's averaging 13 right now. So, which is not bad for a team that is really struggling for some points. Besides Anthony Davis, and assists. This guy almost has eight assists a game. Ooh. Like, you know what I mean?
And he assists to a Pelicans team. Besides Davis, you got Dante Cunningham, and I can't even. Who's their center?
His name? Who's their center right now?
Is it Asik?
More Asik. Each one more. And,
Each one more. The team
Solomon Hill.
Yeah, Solomon Hill.
Yeah,
the
team is a running joke right now, and he's putting up 13 points a game and 8 assists and 4 rebounds nonetheless. And this is a guy who came off a 10-day contract.
He went undrafted from Penn State in 2014. Wasn't really getting any looks at with the league. No, with the league because everybody has a point guard or really.
And he got his chance.
And he got his chance, and he's showing. And he's showing what he could do. You know, some games he dropped 21, 25, and I'm so happy he just signed a couple days ago. Signed a contract for a 2-year, $4.1 million deal. Looking great on fantasy because I have him, and I'm happy to see Tim Frazier doing his thing. He's looking very solid. I seen him pick someone's pocket against the Nuggets and then just throw it down on the other side. So he's playing with confidence. He's playing, he's hungry, and it's great to see players who are hungry because there's not many people in the league like that these days. So big shout out to Tim Frazier.
He's definitely filling in the shoes for Drew Holiday since his wife.
Oh, big time. And just think about when Drew Holiday's going to come back.
Who knows?
Drew Holiday at the 2 guard.
He has a 1-year deal on his contract. He might be traded.
You know what I just realized, literally at this moment?
What?
I feel some deja vu going because last year Pelicans had a really good point guard named Ish Smith.
Well, right now playing on the Pistons.
This is where do they keep finding these point guards out of nowhere?
And keep them. Just hold on to them.
Yeah, you guys got a problem with your team, and you guys need more players.
Norris Cole at one point too, and
he's still on the bench, I think, for that team.
Really?
Is he? I have what happened to that man.
What
happened to Mario Chalmers? There's a lot of people we got to know what happened. But Tim Frazier, I coined him the 10-day killer. And did you say he got an upgrade on his contract?
Yeah,
he just got a 2-year, $4.1 million contract with them, which is I'm very happy for them.
He's the 10-day goat.
Yeah, the 10.
That's like Jeremy Lin.
Good for him. I hope he keeps his numbers up.
Improving his game.
Another surprise for me, maybe it's just because I saw them. It was the Bulls.
Oh yeah, with a team that people were putting down because they don't have really many guys that shoot the ball really well on that team. Yeah. I really thought they weren't going to do well because you just have a bunch of guys who just can't shoot. You know what I mean? But Wade surprised us. Yeah, Wade surprised us with some 3-point shooting.
Wade, I think, has about 6 3-pointers this year. You know how he made last year? 7.
7,
so he's expanded his range a little bit.
He's upgraded. Believe it or not, they are losing right now, 98-83.
So the New York Knicks, baby.
It's not looking good for them, but still, they are a surprise to me, and I think they're doing good so far. They got a chance of really breaking into the top 3 seed.
Yeah, especially Mirotic is playing very well
off the bench.
Off the bench. Who else is their big guard? Big small forward there. Doug McDermott playing
good minutes. Good minutes.
Concussion, he'll be okay.
Yo, Isaiah Cannon. We saw this man live.
Oh my goodness, his shot is money.
I heard he went to the Marines for being a sniper.
Oh yeah. He got 3 lives.
He literally came in. He just came off the bench. He should be getting way more minutes than what he's getting.
Hot.
He came in off the bench, and I seen him last year too when I went to the 76ers Lakers game. And he came off hot last year too.
Yeah, he's another guy who's hungry. You know what I mean?
Give that man a chance.
Yeah, if he gets some minutes, he's happy. And I think they should, play him a little bit more because he is another guy who can spread out the floor.
He's a gunner.
He can actually shoot the 3.
Now with Michael Carter-Williams out a month, so he might get some time there.
Well, Michael Carter-Williams, I never thought he did win Rookie of the Year. But
imagine
he's not
if
a threat.
Stayed with Philly, man.
Yeah, that team would be huge.
That's another what if.
You'd be 6'8" and
but
up.
they got Ben Simmons now.
Yeah, but still.
Could you imagine
playing point?
Yeah, basically. Could you imagine that team? All that team.
They'd be so
You
good.
could only be on this team if you're 6'5" and up.
Yeah.
Basically, same rules with the Bucks.
Yeah.
While we're talking about great shooter Isaiah Cannon, let's talk about one of the greatest shooters of all time. Maybe even the greatest. He was the greatest until Stephen Curry came around.
Well, he still is because he owns the record.
Yes,
Yeah.
officially
Not
announced.
for long though.
Officially announced his retirement.
The other day.
Ray Allen, I thought he retired 3 years ago, 2 years ago when he
honest,
stopped
He
playing.
hasn't played for 2
But
years.
nevertheless, Ray Allen officially announced his retirement. I don't think he's going to make the class with Kobe and Garnett and Duncan.
No, the following year probably.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the
Just
following
because
year.
the time of day when he retired.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think about that? Is it?
Him and Paul Pierce. Because Paul Pierce is retiring this season. They both going to go Hall of Fame at the same
Oh,
time.
That's
Yes.
good
Oh,
for
yeah.
them. That's dope.
Oh, KG
Man,
should've
KG,
waited.
yeah,
Perfect.
that just clicked. The big
That would have
three.
been a cool big three.
My thoughts on him, I think he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, of
Oh,
course.
no
Of-
doubt.
he has to be.
Looking at his resume real quick, he was a 10-time All-Star, which people forget. Ray Allen was a great
Yeah,
player.
he would guard you. He's a great defender
Yes.
at the 2 guard position,
Yes.
and obviously just an offensive dominance with his range. He could drive the basket when in his younger years. He could shoot the deep ball.
Yes.
His mid range was money. I think he's 9, if not 90%. I think he's like one of the best free throw shooters of all time.
89% from...
He
Yeah.
was athletic as hell back
Yeah,
then too.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what
he
I'm
could dunk.
saying.
You ever seen his
Damn it.
dunk packages back then?
Did you not see the movie?
Oh God!
He
Oh
got
yeah,
game?
he's a Oscar nom, but he is an actor too.
All right, back to the resume here. Like I said, 10-time All-Star. He was a 2-time champion. One with the Boston Celtics with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. I'm sorry,
Wow,
folks.
Paul George.
And LeBron James and the Miami Heat. He was a 2-time All-NBA selection. He played with the Bucks, the Supersonics, the Celtics, and Heat. People forget he was the 5th overall pick in the famous 1996 draft.
Yeah, with Steve Nash,
Allen Iverson,
and
Kobe.
Iverson and Kobe. Yeah, that was a great draft class.
I mean, he went above Kobe.
yeah.
What else do I have here? He played 1,300 games. He put up 19 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Shot 45 from the field, 40% from 3, and he never shot worse than 43%.
That's impressive.
He's excellent shooter.
That's
man.
a great thing.
And that's a shooter. He's not over there in the post. That's a shooter.
As a wingman, he's obviously we know one of the most iconic plays in the finals history, where Chris Bosh catches it off the rim over
He
Tony
saved
Parker,
LeBron's career right
kicks
there,
it
man.
out to the wing and to the corner and
Shuffles
knocks
his
down
feet, just
and
ties
knocks
the
down
game.
that game tying 3-pointer, and eventually the Heat will won that finals.
Yes.
And it was
That-
just awesome to see.
Now here's the question.
We literally, me and Jesus were literally
Witnessed.
in the same room that day.
Oh, I couldn't believe
We
that
watched
when I
it.
saw it.
It's mouth dropping.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we weren't at the time. I'm not even gonna lie. We weren't rooting for LeBron to win.
Yeah, we were not like Heat go, but I was always happy. I love Ray Allen.
Yes.
Phenomenal player. There probably won't be another one like him.
Oh no.
With a guy who could,
That big, that could shoot.
yeah. I would say the closest one to him right now is Klay Thompson.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Klay Thompson. But Klay Thompson's on a team with just stars, so maybe we won't see him
Good
shine
team.
as well. But yeah, definitely gonna miss Ray
Now,
Allen's game.
Here's the question I want to ask you guys. What team did he shine the most on? What's your
All
opinion
right,
on
are
that?
you saying shine or played the best on?
Played the best on him. I'm
If
sorry.
we're talking play the best, I would have to say Sonics.
Yeah, I agree.
Cause that at that
That was
time,
his all-star years.
Yes.
at that time
He put up
that,
25 for his career in Seattle.
that was his team.
Yes.
That was his
And he
team.
played with Rashad Lewis. People forget about that.
Yeah, that was a great. That was the first Splash Brothers
Yes.
before it was
Back
Klay
in the
and
day,
stuff.
before what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm iffy on Seattle and Boston because when he came to Boston, people forgot who Ray Allen was. You had Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. And
Lakers know who he is.
Yeah. he brought a championship to
We
Boston.
also know his face when we beat him the second time.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I would have to keep my bet on the Sonics. I mean, he did win the ring with Celtics. He also won the ring with Heat.
He's
Obviously,
phenomenal off the bench.
honestly,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just great how he kept his career, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
the longevity. That's one thing you would never see Ray Allen out of shape, never exhausted.
Oh,
This
no.
for some reason the man was getting older and just getting healthier.
Yes.
So you won't really see that. In the league nowadays.
that's one thing when you're a great shooter. That's something you never lose.
He was rumored to play this season. You know what I mean?
On
So
the
you know-
Warriors,
you know-
right?
The past
And
few
the Cavs.
seasons,
He
was
He was
getting some
always in
interest.
good shape. You know, he's a family man, has his kids, and probably want to just stay at home and call it quits.
I would too.
Which I'm happy for Ray Allen. Hey,
one of the best shooters ever in NBA history. He's happy. Let him go.
We'll watch you in that draft class.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little discussion on Ray Allen. Thank you for being in the league. He put on one of the most jaw-dropping moments I ever seen.
And the NBA Finals, yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's literally a moment that still is replayed in a lot of people's top moments ever. That one move alone saved LeBron.
LeBron's legacy, pretty much. And
that was a turn.
One more thing is, the thing about Ray Allen is he's just that guy, like the go-to 3-point shooter. You look at
very
him now.
Clutch. That's
yeah,
one
very,
thing.
very clutch player. That'll wrap up that about his career. Hopefully,
we'll miss you, Ray Allen.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, he will.
Oh, he will, without a doubt.
Oh, I hope
the classes in the future, man. It's gonna be great. All right. Right now is a little segment where we just talk about the upcoming games and we wrap it up. So Jesse, hit us with it.
This one I think is gonna be a key game. Atlanta and the Cavaliers.
Ooh, Atlanta's are being
in Cleveland.
Ooh, Atlanta is impressive right now.
Yeah, but I just don't. They don't have anybody at their 3 spot to stop LeBron James.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody's stopping LeBron.
And nobody stopped Kyrie Irving.
So you have Cleveland.
Schroeder's cutting him now.
Big
I
time.
have Atlanta. I think that's gonna be an upset.
I just don't see. I just don't.
Are they gonna be handing Cavs first loss?
Yeah.
No, I don't see that because they both have great fours that can shoot the ball really well with Paul Millsap and Kevin Love. I think Kevin Love right now is having a great season. Mm-hmm. So I just see them beating them on the offensive side of the board.
Okay. All right. Toronto at OKC.
Toronto.
Toronto, really?
I don't know.
Toronto.
I'll say OKC there. I think Westbrook has a bounce back game off Golden State here.
Remember, OKC just beat the Clippers a couple games ago, so they could put up points.
Wasn't it at
Clippers?
It was at Los Angeles.
So I actually will pick OKC that game. I think it will be a very close game. I think Westbrook will probably drop 40 points.
I hope so. He's on my fantasy
You know
team.
what I mean? So I do vote OKC to win that game.
Houston at San Antonio.
San Antonio next.
San Antonio's great.
Even though, they just lost to the Jazz recently.
They're facing them right now, actually, and let's see if I have the update on that. They were beating them, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Kawhi Leonard MVP.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, no, it's looking like... opinion for another time.
Portland and the Clippers.
I'm picking
That's
Portland.
a good game.
I'm picking Portland.
And it's in LA.
Yeah. Portland has a tough schedule, man.
Yeah,
they face Thunder, they face Warriors. I mean, they're 2-3, but that doesn't show how good they are.
Yeah, they did lose. They just Eric Bledsoe threw up that crazy shot and
I saw
won the game. I think the Clippers will bounce. I mean, I think the Trailblazers will bounce back. Damian Lillard will have a big game. CJ McCullough will have a big game. Plumlee and Al-Farouq Amino. I think, and Evan Turner, hopefully he comes into his own.
Yeah.
I think he
could be a big part of that team if he really gets to play together.
I'm going to pick Portland on this
That Dame versus CP3 match is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Chicago at Miami.
Oh, Chicago. Chicago, without a doubt. Miami have no threats on offense. Dragic to Whiteside. You know what I mean?
Dragic's not playing bad.
They're not.
Whiteside's doing good. Tyler Johnson dropped like 20-something.
I think they're gonna Chicago's gonna drive the board, and Mirotić coming off the bench, dropping like 16 a game. I've seen Chicago. They might be losing right now
to the Knicks.
Update on the game. They were losing by like 15 earlier. Now they're only losing by 11, but it's 4 minutes left. Yeah. So
I'm Bulls all the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
I think Dwayne Wade will. I think he's going to improve.
Oh, yeah. First of all,
he's going to have a hell of
a
Miami.
That's the whole story. Yeah. That's why it caught my attention. Now, you got Dwayne Wade going back to Miami.
Quick question. Do you think he's going to get applauded or booed?
Oh, God, applauded. No doubt.
So.
It was the Heat's fault they lost him.
Yeah. New York Knicks at Boston.
I'm sorry.
Boston.
It's hard.
Yeah,
Al Horford.
Yep.
Isaiah Thomas. We just see Avery Bradley. Courtney Lee can't put up points like Avery Bradley is right now. So
Courtney's doing well in this game.
It depends on how healthy they are.
Okay.
I think Boston will be fine if they come out with the...
I have faith in my Knicks. I didn't think they were going to beat the Bulls tonight, but it's looking like it.
Good.
Clippers and OKC, again, at Oklahoma City.
I got Clippers that time.
Yeah, I got Clippers. I don't think they lose twice to the same team.
Boston at Pacers.
Oh, Boston. Wait,
that's a good matchup.
We just said Jeff Teague's looking anemic, I think.
Oh, I love that word.
Right?
Anemic.
Anemic. Paul George is dropping a lot of buckets, but in this league, it's 24 ain't cutting it.
Oh, no.
You can't even make top 10 dropping 24 now. So, once again, Al Horford is going to cook up whoever's their center. Oh, CJ Miles. What was his name? CJ Miles? Not CJ Miles. Who's it? Todd for Pacers.
For the Pacers, it's
Miles Turner. My bad.
You messed up the Miles. Miles Turner's looking like most improved player.
Yeah, he's looking
y'all that
very
didn't
great.
know.
But once again, you have a veteran like Al Horford, and once again, Avery Bradley's going to lock up whoever Monte Ellis. He's putting them on watch.
Honestly, I'm very intrigued in that matchup, and I doubt that's going to be playing on TV just because it's not.
Oh no.
The name of those teams. I mean, Celtics ain't what they used
Hopefully
to be.
Hopefully
in.
it'll be on.
Yeah. All right,
I'm gonna catch it on the stream for sure.
Last key game of the episode for today: Clippers against the Timberwolves.
That would be a good test for Timberwolves, but I don't think
I'm going with LA.
Yeah. The Clippers have too much veterans. They've been playing together for like 5 seasons now.
Yep.
The same core guys. They're flirting to go to the Western Conference Finals this year. Hopefully they can do it because they've been looking
they're
pretty shaky. They haven't even been there yet.
3-1 right now. Only loss was to the Thunder. They will redeem that back. I have faith in. I don't know. Clippers is always like the team that. Oh wow, they're nice. They got CP3, Griffin, DeAndre.
And then come postseason, where to go?
Yeah.
And just even during the regular season, they're always just a team that. Oh yeah, they'll be there.
Yeah.
They just never more than
they're injury prone.
They never a viable threat.
No,
they never a viable threat.
We're still talking about Blake Griffin might not be on that team by the end of the season.
I think he'll sign an extension with them. I think Chris Paul will leave.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. When you got guys who are on the brink of maybe leaving, it's hard to really coagulate.
Yeah, who's
going
to return and who's going to keep it loyal to the team? Yeah, I agree with you.
But yeah, I see Clippers winning that game.
Yep. And that's going to be the end of today's episode. This is episode 3 of the Triangle Podcast. Thank you for the love so far. Don't stop. Keep going. Share, subscribe, like everything. We're going to be on SoundCloud every Sunday. I'm going to try to get YouTube up every Sunday. Sometimes I do have complications, and I do have a busy schedule with school and everything.
It's still a learning experience.
Yeah, it's all going to be a learning experience. Just build with us. And
much appreciated. Thank you for listening.
Like, subscribe.
Just to let you guys know, we also have a podcast coming out. It's called First Strike, where we talk MMA. So if any of you guys are interested in that, check out that one too. Anything you guys want to plug? You guys are good.
Check in next week. We're gonna
check in the Triangle Podcast. We're doing this for you guys. We're hoping you guys like what we're talking about.
Recommend us topics with the what ifs or what happened to that man.
Questions and answers.
We'll be introducing new topics very, very often. There's gonna be a lot of new things coming out once. So just join with us. I'm Christian.
I'm Jesus.
I'm Jesse.
And we're done. Thank you guys.
Peace. Signing out. Peace.